Welcome back, troops. Today we are going to be looking at one of the most important roles in Arma Reforger, and that is the logistics. It's not flashy, but it is the backbone of your team's success. From delivering supplies to building bases, logistics players keep the war effort alive. So stick with me, and by the end of this guide you'll know everything that you need to know to be the logistical powerhouse your team depends on. Let's go! First things first, what are the logistics? So they are the glue that hold everything together in Arma Reforger. Supplies are essentially the lifeblood of your team. They are used for building bases, deploying vehicles, and keeping respawns fast and effective. If you want that helicopter or the 50 cal Humvee, then your base is going to need lots of supplies, and that's where you come in. Neglecting logistics and your team will find itself outgunned, outmanoeuvred and out of the fight. The logistics truck is your primary tool for supply runs. You've got the M923A1 for the American side and the Euro 375D for the Soviets. Each of these trucks can carry up to 600 units of supplies, and pretty much any vehicle in the game can also carry supplies, some more than others. There's no real difference between the covered and uncovered variations, and both can carry troops to the front line as well as supplies. Supplies are loaded at the supply depots, marked by green circles with crate icons on your map, as well as some hidden caches which are unmarked. To load supplies, all you need to do is park your truck close to the supply depot or the supply cache and go to the back of the truck. On PS5 you'll press down on the D-pad and select load supplies. In addition, here is a map which shows all of the unmarked supply caches, so make sure to grab a screenshot of that. Delivering supplies is fairly straightforward. All you need to do again is park near a supply point at your base, marked by the wooden signs, and go to the rear of the truck. Same again, go down on the D-pad, and this time you will unload supplies. Essentially, unloading supplies is performed the exact same way as you would load them in. Pro tip, delivering supplies will also give you experience points to rank up faster and unlock access to things like spawning in helicopters or even Humvees. You're probably asking yourself, why do logistics matter in Arma Reforger? Well, essentially it's the lifeblood of the game. It will allow you to build bases. The supplies are essential for building out critical structures like radio relays, for example, which enable spawning and connect the base to your team's network, increasing the automatic supply regeneration. The more radio connections, the higher the automatic regeneration of supplies at that base will be. The next reason why it's important would be the deployment of vehicles. So if you want that BTR or you want the Huey gunship, then supplies are the thing that's going to make that happen. Again, not an exhaustive list, but a stocked base will ensure that faster respawns and better gear for your teammates are available. Without supplies, players respawn with default loadouts and no vehicles to get back into the fight. If you're feeling like you've got a hang of logistics and you understand the basics and you're looking to take it to the next level, then here's some additional points for you. So first thing would be escort your truck. Logistics trucks are high value targets for the enemy, and they're also slow moving targets for the enemy to take out. Best thing to do would be to coordinate with your team and use light vehicle or infantry to protect the column of logistics trucks to make sure each truck reaches back to the base in order to deliver those supplies.
You got a friendly gunship joining your convoy, boys. Let's go.
The next thing I would say would be to plan your route in advance. This allows you to avoid checkpoints on the map and also ambush prone areas. Use any dirt roads if possible and stay off the main roads as well. And the final thing would be coordinate with your teammates. Supplies are only as useful as the people that are using them, and if you let the platoon know when and where the supplies are arriving, this prevents accidental friendly fire if your teammates know a truck is inbound. Pro tip, If a vehicle is damaged and it can't be repaired or is not being used, you can decommission that vehicle at a base in exchange for supplies. Practically in the game, imagine that you're on the front line, your base is low on supplies and enemy forces are advancing. It's your job as a logistics guy to make the supply run whilst under fire, use the terrain for cover, coordinate with your team for an escort and deliver those supplies at all costs. A successful supply run can mean the difference between holding the base or losing the battle. Here's some common mistakes on logistics and how to avoid them. Going solo. Never run logistics alone. Quite simply, you're an easy target. Number 2, hoarding supplies. Supplies sitting at idle at the depot doing nothing for your team. Deliver them where they're needed most. Number 3, ignoring supply levels. Always check the supply statuses of your bases. A poorly stocked base is a vulnerable base. I've said it once, I'll say it again, a fully supplied base wins battles, period. A well-run logistics chain keeps your team moving, fighting and winning. Be the player who ensures every forward base is stocked. Trust me, your team will notice the difference. That about wraps up the video. I think this is more of a basic look at the logistics role. There are more advanced levels to it than what is discussed here in this video, so if you'd like to see a more advanced video created, drop a comment below, and as always, stay sharp, stay tactical, and I'll see you on the battlefield.